friends, thank you for joining me today. If you're new to my channel, I'm Tish, and this is Tish Loves Home. Hey friends, I'm so glad that you're with me today. I have kind of like a day at home. Caroline does want me to pick up some birthday gifts with her for a couple of her friends later, so I'm not moving fast. Y'all. I do have a lot of talking I'm going to do with you on this video as I'm working, but let me just tell you that last week was so busy. If you watched some of the previous video and the one that I posted earlier in the week, check it out. You'll see some of the stuff that we had going on. She had cheer choreography camp for 3 days. I had jobs going. I was trying to do some things with camp to help with that. And then they had a fundraiser / community involvement activity at a friend's house that has a horse ranch up the road from us on Friday. And then I had a baby shower to set up for Friday afternoon, like at 5, so really almost Friday night. And then I also helped set up tables for a wedding, at-home wedding. They have a little venue at their house on Saturday. And y'all, it's a beautiful place, and I was so glad that I was able to help this sweet lady, but I thought I was going to die of a heat stroke. I mean, oh my gosh, we were out in the sun. I mean, it was like from 1 to 4:30, I think I was out there, and I would go back and forth in my car and do a little work and then go back on the tables. And you know, I don't do heat well anymore anyway. We're going to be talking about all that. But, so yeah, I thought I was going to die. And so this morning I have purposely slept in. I did not want to get up early. I have got a few things left to put up from the tea that I did. And then I've just got some things that I'm going to do around the house. I'm going to pull down some of my patriotic stuff. I am so late doing this. I never wait this late, but for the past, I think 3 years, we've had a big like 4th of July thing here at the house, and I've called it my summer celebration. And usually I do that around the 4th of July, so I've been using all my patriotic decor for that. I think I made a video last year that you can see kind of how I set that up. It's a lot of fun. But this year, we just have not been able to get the timing right. I've got some family that's going out of town, things going on. And so I think what I'm going to try to do is have a little get together at my house before my niece goes back to college and just kind of all visit. We have a lot of summer birthdays. Just the last 2 babies, we call them babies, that we have that are still in high school. They'll be in the 11th grade next year. So just to kind of get together and kind of kick off the school year. So anyway, I'm going to do that a little bit later in the summer, and I may even do it like a back to school party, because that's just, I want to do a back to school party so bad. That little decor is so cute. And you know, it's the elementary school teacher in me. So anyway, I'm going to do that a little bit later in the summer, but my daughter and son-in-law are coming for the weekend. Her birthday is actually the next week. So we have in the past kind of celebrated her birthday before around the 4th. So we're going to do that. So I do want to make it special in there as we're celebrating her birthday. So I'm going to put up just a few things, mainly focusing on the kitchen and a few things in the den. I'm going to leave my summer stuff in the bathroom. I'm going to put some of the stuff away. And I'll probably leave this decor up for a couple of weeks throughout this week, next week. And then I'll probably just start cleaning up and kind of taking things down and put up some back to school stuff soon. So I've got that on my list. I've got some tea stuff still to put up. I made a list on my program at church. Sorry, Brother Doug, my pastor, before I left church yesterday. I was at the end of the message writing down things that I wanted to get done today. You know, I have to write it down when I think of it, because it goes in and it goes out. So I do have a little list of some things that I want to try to get done today. So I'm going to take you along with me. And as I'm working, I am going to be just chatting with you some about where I am in my life right now. I am 53, about to be 54. Let's just get it out there. I do feel like I'm a young 53. I try to stay, you know, current and young as much as I can, because I do have a child that's, you know, 16, and I want to be able to do all the things with her and stay up to date with what's going on in the world. But At the same time, there's some things as you age that you just cannot avoid. At least I have not been able to avoid them. And women especially. Now, I have spoken to a few women who have just breezed through menopause. And I just say, well, you know what, ladies, I'm so happy for you. I really am. Good for you. I'm not breezing through. I do think that I am kind of out of it now, according to my blood work. But that doesn't mean, unfortunately, that things go back to normal. And in my naive little brain, I guess I was just expecting that. I was expecting for them to tell me, you're done. You know, life goes back to the way it was before. No, that has not happened. So I have been struggling in some areas that we're going to talk about. Definitely, just like with the way I feel, I've talked to you about my migraine struggles. That's still a struggle. I have gastritis, which I don't know if you're familiar with that or not, but it's a stomach condition. It's not really it's not fatal or anything like that. It's just, it flares up from time to time. It started after I lost my mom. So I'm sure that a lot of that was stress induced. And a lot of it is just from taking over-the-counter medications for headaches, the aspirin that's in it. That's just a fact. And I'm sure that's caused it a lot. And I've had a flare up the past couple of days. So far this morning, it seems to be doing a little bit better. But the migraines, you know, I've always heard your gut health and the headaches, they go hand in hand. And I thought that was so strange before, but I do think it's true. I've definitely struggled with that. My weight is probably, I don't weigh. I don't like to even talk about weight. So let me just get that out there. I do think that I probably had an eating disorder of some kind towards the latter part of my high school years. I actually lost a lot of weight when I got out of high school. I'm a weird person. I'm not one of those people that was super skinny in high school and then gained weight. It didn't work that way for me. I lost weight after high school, and for probably didn't really even think about it much till I got to be in my 40s, to be honest. I just stayed at a real steady little weight. I've been small for a very long time. You know, I wore 2s, most of the time 4s. Probably weighed around, I don't know, anywhere from 105 to 115 for probably a good 20, 25 years. And that has definitely been harder. I haven't really gained weight over the past couple of years. It happened probably, I would say it started really getting hard for me in my mid 40s, and just to maintain it. Now, after I lost my mom, I lost weight because I was so stressed, but I know I've gained some in the past couple of years probably, but it's kind of stayed the same. I don't weigh, like I said, but I can feel it. You know, we know in our clothes. But I would be happier if I could lose about 10 pounds. I don't even like talking about it. I really don't. I don't talk about it much. And especially don't like to put it out there, but I just got to be for real, okay? I got to be for real here. I would be happier, and so I am working on something with that right now. I'm not going to talk about that too much yet because I want to see how it works out. And I have also had just a lot of emotional things. My hormones are just so wacky. I've got some things about that, and relationship changes with family, friend groups, just everything is taking a big toll on me. And I have really struggled, y'all. I've struggled. And I found the lady, I cannot think of her name right now, but I'm sure you've seen her on Instagram, TikTok. She has the We Don't Care movement for ladies in perimenopause and menopause. And buddy, I can relate to her. Because there are just a lot of things that I am at in my point in my life right now where I just don't care. I don't care. But not everything, obviously. I do care about my home and kind of how things are here, because that's my happy. That's like my hobby. But there are a lot of things that I'm just getting to the point to where I'm just like, whatever, y'all. I just don't care anymore. There it is. So anyway, I have got to get started because I know we're going to be talking as I'm working and see what I can get done before Caroline gets home. She's at an ACT tutoring this morning. So yeah, just all the things. So Hampton and I are going to get rolling. I'm going to start upstairs, putting up the rest of my tea decor, and we'll just go from there and see how this day goes. So I'm going to go ahead and wash this bed sheets that I have on top. I use self-tanner because there's no way on God's green earth that I'm going to be getting out in the sun for so many reasons. Number one being I hate to be hot, okay? So that's number one. But I'm going to go ahead and take these sheets in there because the tanner does rub off sometimes, especially when I first put it on. And that's one of the reasons that I like white bedding, is because I can put Clorox in there with it and get it out. So I'm going to take all this in there and get that started, and then we'll keep going. So I thought I had already gotten up most of this stuff, or all of it actually. But when we went to pick it up at the house where I did the setup, it was starting to rain. And I had gotten groceries, and I forgot that I had the little love seat to pick up, and I about lost it. The menopausal rage was coming out full form. I was just stressed because I couldn't get it in there, and I was in a hurry to try to shove it in the back, and before the rain started downpouring and things were falling, all the things. So by the time we got home, I was done in. And this is how it goes, y'all, I'm telling you. It's just like emotions up and down constantly. But I put most of it up. It was just I found one other bin that I'm doing right now that was still in the garage beside the love seat. So I have that little closet. I'm going to share that with you in just a minute. It's kind of where I keep a lot of my stuff that I decorate with. It's very, very helpful. This space has just been wonderful for me because I can hide all the stuff. So if you have not seen my craft room before, this is the closet that I've been putting stuff in as I'm working. It probably looks like a bomb exploded to you, but it's really not. It's pretty organized. I just have to get in here and clean up from time to time because it is a working closet. This is where I've started keeping like all of my tablecloths and like little runners and things like that. And then I have my frames in here, the bows, the ribbons that I use, one of my little stands that I can use for balloon arches or whatever for decor. And then these are all labeled over here for other little party and craft things. I found these at our Walmart this week. A friend told me I saw that she'd gotten some maroon, and maroon's hard to find, and she said Walmart has them right now. So I went ahead and just picked some of those up to put up for the school season because that color is really hard to find. And then over here I've just got more frames. This is like dress up stuff that we keep for C's things. I have my little gift baskets over here, and then down here is just some more frame shells and like just bags, trash bags and stuff that I can use when I'm up here working. My paint's down here. I have used this little closet. This used to be Hope's room, and this was her closet. And we moved these rooms around a couple of years ago, and it has been like a lifesaver to me with all of my little party planning and things that I do. So that's that, and then I have one of these on the back. I use these things everywhere. And I was just thinking, I'm going to show you, there's another space I think I can use one, maybe not exactly like this, but one with the compartments. But I have like my little gift ribbons and stuff in this one, and my wrapping paper rolls are back there. And then in this little linen closet, which is in our little hallway area up here, I do have some of my tablecloths and things that I use up here a good bit. But I almost feel like, and Caroline keeps her cleaners here, I feel like I could put one on the back of this door that has like the little pockets, not necessarily for shoes, but I could put some of the small tablecloths and things that I use a lot and maybe free up a little bit more room in here. So anyway, just those things are great for so many things. So I'm going to go ahead now and take my empty tub that I just got emptied downstairs to put some of this summer stuff in. I have the rest of my summer stuff kind of over here, and I'm going to figure all that out because I'm not putting it all up. But I'm going to pull out just a few of my 4th of July patriotic things to take down in this tub. So I'm going to pull it out, kind of see what I want to use because it's just going to be simple this year, and then put the other stuff up. So if you saw a video that I did several weeks ago, I reworked these little attic spaces that I have in this craft room. This is the room that's over the garage, and it has the little slanted roof line, which it does have a lot of storage in here, honestly, but The problem is it's not all easily accessible. And so really the only area that you can get to easily is just what's up there by the door. There is space in the back, but the problem is you have to crawl back there to get it. And I'm done with that, y'all. I'm done with it. That's another thing I'm done with. So I reworked all of these. I got rid of some things, moved some stuff around, and most of the stuff I need now is up towards the front, which has made that space a whole lot better. So like I said earlier, I have just been really battling just the whole menopause thing and the way that I feel and the aging. But listen, I'm just going to tell you, I'm really not looking for somebody to give me like a solution. I know that sounds crazy. I am tired of solutions. I'm tired of seeing all these ads and commercials and things about this is the supplement you need. This is what you need to be taking. You need to try this. You need to try that. I mean, it's just so overwhelming. It's like, how do you even know what's really going to work and what's the best thing for you? Because there's so many options. And I feel like I get suckered in and I try so many different things because I think this is it. This is what's going to work. This is going to do it. And then guess what? It doesn't. And then I've wasted time and effort and energy again. And plus, I'm going to be honest. Here we go. I know myself at this point. And I know like kind of what I'm going to do, what's realistic for me long term. And there's just a lot of things that I can do it for a while, but honestly, I'm not going to do it in the long term. I just know that. So I have to really think about that when I start to get really down and irritated. And I just feel like I'm on a roller coaster most days. Like, some days I feel bright and cheerful and da-da-da-da. And then, the next day I want to bite somebody's head off. I mean, I'm just telling you, that's just the truth. It's not really who I am, but I guess it is who I am right now because that's what I'm doing. But anyway, it's really also, I'm going to be honest again, I have struggled lately with just my faith and thinking that a lot of the situations I'm in right now are going to get better. Nothing, terrible considering what a lot of people have to deal with, I know. But I've really just been mad at God lately. I'm going to be honest again. I've been mad at God lately because I just don't like some of the situations that I'm in with relationships that have really struggled and are still continuing to struggle, trying to make adjustments and changes and dynamics, family dynamics, friendship dynamics. And I just didn't want to be here again. I've been here before, and I did not want to be here again, especially not this soon, but here I am. So I'm going to run out to the garage area and change my rug out. I'm not going to take the camera out there. Just change up the little summer stuff I had. So I've got a little patriotic rug, and we'll add a bow or something to that wreath. So we'll just pick back up, and I'll show you what that turns out like when I'm finished. And I say that, but we know that God can handle it. He already knows my emotions. He knows what I'm feeling. And it makes me sad. I don't like to be this way. I've struggled just with my devotion time the past couple of months, which is so unlike me. I have really struggled in that area too. And I'm just trying to be patient with myself. And I know God's patient with me. I know He loves me. And He understands these feelings that I'm going through. But they tend to make me want to isolate myself. And I know that's not the best thing to do for a long time either, is just to stay away. But sometimes you just want to avoid things because it's just easier. And, home is my happy place. And if I can be doing things around my house and just piddling and at peace, it's just good sometimes. So a lot of the things that I do, it really is. It's just like my hobby, and it's kind of my escape. But I know what I need to be doing, and I'm trying to get started back, just getting my mindset to get going in my devotion and really listening to what God's trying to tell me. And also to know that these circumstances that I'm in right now, they're temporary. They are not going to last forever. I need to enjoy what's good at this time because that's not going to last forever either. And I'm trying, y'all, but it is not always easy. And I struggle just like everybody else. I had to just turn it off because I cannot stay in one place. But I decided this year I'm going to use, first of all, I didn't put up a lot at all. I have a lot more stuff, but we're not worried about that. I'm going to use fresh flowers this year, kind of for her party. So some areas I'm going to share with you, I'll tell you that's where the flowers will be. So these are my shelves. I kept those really simple. I already had all of this stuff except for the little dog, and that's a Dollar Tree thing. It just reminded me of Hampton, so you know I had to have it. But those are just simple. I just wanted a little bit in the kitchen. So this is the island arrangement, and this is where I'm going to put my fresh flowers. I'm definitely going to bring in some reds. Again, very simple. And then I'm going to put fresh flowers over here also. These are the plates that I got. I think they were last year maybe. I'll just put a few, maybe just kind of set a few of these out for pretty. And they were actually from Dollar General. And my friend got me a few extra, and I picked up some. They had them on sale at the end of the season, and since I love to do the little patriotic stuff, I just thought, well, let me just go ahead and get plenty of these. So I have lots of these, so the years that I have all of my family, I'll use them. They're just a, heavy acrylic plastic, so nothing fancy, but they just add a little bit of patriotic touch. And up here, I just put this over here, stuck in some little stars I got, stuck a flag in it, added a little blue heart here, just some little dish towels. And then this little sign, since it had the green, I thought it would work with my cake stand there. And I still got a few things to do, but I didn't really do anything there. Got to clean up a little more and just put a towel over here. But I think once I get the fresh flowers, that's going to be enough. Like I said, I'm just going to keep it simple this year. I'm not doing a whole lot, but I want to celebrate, her birthday a special way. And then in the den, let's get the lights on. You see my little Hampton. He's so tired. He gets so tired of trying to follow me around. Don't you, Hampton? It's so hard. I did just go ahead on the the mantle, just add that little garland that I had in the back, and then I had these that I put on wreaths last year, but I decided to put those on the end of the mantle this year, and I think that's pretty nice. I could do more for sure, but like I said, I'm trying to keep it a little simple. I want to be real, y'all. I watch all this stuff like y'all do, I'm sure, on Instagram, TikTok, and all this, and I'm like, I don't know how do you live like that all the time? It can't be possibly real. I like cute stuff, and I want my house to be pretty, but I can't just be so over the top about every single thing, or I'll lose my mind. And then I just put one of my little stars down here. These I got at Walmart several years ago. That was a Pioneer Woman, I think, little star. I love those. And that's pretty much it in here. These are my two flags. I'm gonna hang, I think that one down by the road, and this one up as you come in the back door. Those are both from Shein. And then I added this little wreath here in the hallway. Of course, this is something I already had, and just put the little flags in it. Very simple. And I'm gonna tell you, I had to iron these flags because they do not lay flat if you don't, and they just totally were flopping everywhere. So I did have to iron those. And then back here, I just put a little bit on this back table and added a pillow. And my laundry room's kind of a mess because I'm working in it, but they have these little dog towels like for every season at Hobby Lobby, and I love them because I love a dog and love dogs. So I kind of just decided I'm going to put one back here seasonally. That's where my little dog towel is going to go because they just make me smile, And then I just added a few little stars up here in my little frames, and then I just stuck a few stars over here just to keep me, in the laundry room spirit in here. And the only thing, I did change my rug out. This bottom one came from a thrift store, but it's a Walmart brand, and then I had that one. And then I just put one of my green wreaths and added the America in the center. And really, it could have ribbon or something, but it's not getting that this year. I think that'll be just fine. So I'll probably just try to take some pictures once I get my flowers in there. Not sure they'll get to be on this video or not. We'll see. But yeah, so I'm going to go get my list. I've been doing laundry in between. Had to clean out my tub. Got a few other little errands to run. Caroline's going to be home soon, and she does want me to run to town with her. So I really wanted to stay home today, all day. But, you know, I don't see her as much now that she's driving and working and all the things. So I'm going to go with her and just see what I can finish up before she's ready to leave. So one of the things I had on my list to do was to kind of revisit some of these little shorts I have. I am definitely going to be wearing shorts for quite a while because it's going to be hot for a long time. But some of these I felt like were probably a little too short. And honestly, I'd kind of forgotten. That's why you have to go through. But I'm going to get rid of a few of these. We are going to do a big thrift store. Well, I'll say big thrift store. We're going to our place that we like to go in Auburn, the places over there this week. I'm going to have a day with Caroline. So I do want to get rid of a few things before we go in case I do pick up a few things while I'm there. So I'm going to pull out some of the shorter shorts that I'm not going to be wearing anymore. Even like these. I don't know where I got these. Let's see. I'm sure they're not. I don't know, but those are comfortable to sleep in. So I may do that. And also I'm going to remember to keep some out for painting shorts.
Can we just close our eyes and just let it go? You gotta hold on tight. I know what you want. 'Cause I'm running. Yeah, I'm running. Yeah, I'm running next to you. Feels like the world is spinning, slipping away. I need a new beginning, a sweet escape. And you have found someone that is not afraid, yeah, you're stunning.
So what I decided to do, I just put sleep shorts in here. These are just too short for me to wear. You know, I might wear them around the house, but, you know, I put them in by color. And then these are some that I'm going to get rid of. And then these are just some more of a lot of these are those little cotton Walmart shorts, but other little thrift stores. I think I'll do better if I put them by color so I can keep up with them. And then at the bottom, I've got a lot of blacks, and I got a couple pair of white. I think one's in the laundry, and then some gray. I'm going to keep those in the bottom. So I think this will help me keep up with them a little bit better. Cleaned out the t-shirts, and I have a little bag full here and some shorts down there also. So those are going to go in donation. And then I put just some that I'm not really wearing so much right now. And some of these will probably become paint shirts down here in this bottom. Definitely helped this section. It's much neater now. I've got them done by color so I can see them a little bit clearer. And I got my shorts done. I'm going to put up some laundry next, and we'll see how the space is working. Thank y'all for watching. That is going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little day at home, kind of doing a little decorating, cleaning out. So the next video that you see should be another thrift store video. Caroline and I have a day planned. We're also going to be going to B. Turner, which if you've watched before, you've heard me mention that. We've got to get a few birthday gifts, and we're just going to spend the day seeing what we can find. We may not buy a lot, but that's okay. That's not what it's about. It's just going to be a fun day to be together. So I hope you will subscribe so you'll see when that video goes up, and I'll see you on the next one.